Welcome to our deep dive into US cryptocurrency regulations. Now, if you're anything like me, the phrase cryptocurrency regulations probably fills you with a sense of existential dread, like realizing you're trapped in an escape room designed by the IRS. But fear not, dear viewers, because today we're going to break down this regulatory labyrinth brick by tedious brick. We'll be your Virgil, guiding you through the 9 circles of bureaucratic hell, also known as the key agencies and laws you need to know about. From the SEC to the CFTC, the IRS to AML KYC, we'll leave no acronym unturned, no regulatory stone unturned, and frankly no stone unturned at all, because that's the level of thoroughness you've come to expect, nay demand, from this channel. So buckle up, grab your Bitcoin-themed stress ball, and let's dive into the Wild West of US crypto regulations. First up, we have the Securities and Exchange Commission, or as they're known on Wall Street, the SEC. Now, the SEC has decided that cryptocurrencies are, in many cases, securities. Think of it like this. Remember that time you bought shares of Apple stock hoping to retire early and buy a private island shaped like Nicolas Cage's face? Well, the SEC sees some cryptocurrencies in the same light. They're watching over initial coin offerings, those Wild West funding rounds where new crypto projects try to lasso investors with promises of riches beyond their wildest dreams. The SEC's job is to make sure these ICOs are playing by the rules, which, let's be honest, is about as easy as herding cats on roller skates. And speaking of rules, the SEC is also responsible for ensuring compliance with federal securities laws. That means making sure crypto companies aren't engaging in insider trading, market manipulation, or any other shenanigans that would make Bernie Madoff blush. They're basically the hall monitors of the crypto playground, except instead of confiscating chewing gum, they can hit you with fines that would make your head spin faster than a Bitcoin miner on an energy drink vendor. So the next time you're thinking about throwing your hard-earned cash into the latest and greatest cryptocurrency, remember the SEC is watching. They might not be able to save you from making a terrible financial decision, but hey, at least they'll be there to write a sternly worded letter after it all goes south. Next up, we have the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, or as we like to call them in the biz, the CFTC. Now, if the SEC are the hall monitors of the crypto playground, the CFTC are more like the referees on the crypto football field, only instead of tackling each other, they're tackling things like futures and derivatives markets. You see, the CFTC sees cryptocurrencies as commodities, kind of like pork bellies or orange juice concentrate, only instead of ending up in a bacon cheeseburger or a mimosa, they end up, well, nobody really knows where Bitcoin goes when it dies, but that's a topic for another video. The CFTC is primarily concerned with ensuring that the trading of crypto futures and derivatives is fair and transparent. They want to make sure that no one is manipulating the market, engaging in insider trading, or pulling any other shady moves that would make a used car salesman blush. They're basically the financial cops of the crypto world, cracking down on scams, schemes, and other shenanigans that would make your grandma's blood pressure skyrocket. So, the next time you're thinking about dabbling in some crypto futures or derivatives, remember the CFTC is watching, ready to throw a penalty flag and blow the whistle on any funny business. They might not be able to prevent you from losing your shirt in the volatile world of crypto trading, but at least they'll make sure you lose it fair and square. Ah, the IRS. Those 3 little letters are enough to strike fear into the hearts of even the most hardened criminals. And yes, dear viewers, that includes cryptocurrency enthusiasts. You see, the IRS views cryptocurrencies as property, which means that every time you buy, sell, or trade your digital doubloons, you're supposed to report it on your taxes. That's right, the taxman wants his cut, even if you're trading in a currency that exists solely in the digital ether. Now I know what you're thinking. But John, crypto is supposed to be decentralized and anonymous. How can the IRS possibly track my every move? Well, my friend, the IRS has ways. They've partnered with blockchain analysis firms that can track transactions across multiple platforms, and they're not afraid to use every tool at their disposal to sniff out tax cheats. Think of them as the digital detectives of the financial world, meticulously piecing together your crypto trail, one transaction at a time. So, if you're planning on making a quick buck in the crypto market, just remember that the long arm of the IRS is always lurking, ready to collect their due. It's enough to make you want to stuff your Bitcoin under your mattress, except, you can't because it's not a physical thing. The point is, the IRS is watching, and they're coming for their cut. Now let's talk about AML KYC, or as I like to call them, the unsung heroes of crypto compliance. AML stands for anti-money laundering, and KYC stands for Know Your Customer. These regulations are designed to prevent criminals from using cryptocurrency to launder money, finance terrorism, or engage in other nefarious activities. Think of them as the bouncers of the crypto club, checking IDs and making sure no one's sneaking in any illicit substances. You see, in the early days of crypto, it was kind of like the Wild West out there. You could buy, sell, and trade crypto without anyone asking who you were or where your money came from. But those days are long gone, my friend. Now, if you want to use a reputable crypto exchange, you're going to have to jump through a few hoops. That means providing your name, address, date of birth, and even a copy of your government-issued ID. They might even ask you for a selfie with your cat, just to make sure you're a real person and not some kind of sophisticated AI bot trying to game the system. It's all part of the effort to bring some much-needed legitimacy to the crypto world. And while it might seem like a hassle, it's ultimately for the greater good. After all, no one wants to see crypto become the go-to currency for drug lords and terrorists, right? Right? And finally, we come to the wild, wacky world of state laws. You see, in the United States, we like to make things as complicated as possible. So of course, each state has its own set of laws and regulations governing cryptocurrency. It's enough to make your head spin faster than a Bitcoin miner on a caffeine bender. Some states have embraced crypto with open arms, creating favorable regulatory environments for businesses and investors alike. Others, however, have taken a more cautious approach, enacting strict rules and regulations that make it difficult for crypto companies to operate. Take New York, for example. The Empire State is home to the infamous BIT license, a notoriously difficult-to-obtain license that's required for any business that wants to deal with digital currencies. It's so stringent that many crypto companies have simply decided to avoid New York altogether. It's like trying to hail a taxi in the rain while wearing a meat suit. It's just not worth the hassle. So if you're planning on diving into the world of crypto, it's crucial to do your research and understand the laws in your particular state. Because just when you think you've finally wrapped your head around the federal regulations, you'll stumble upon a state law that throws you for a loop. It's enough to make you want to give up and go back to collecting Beanie Babies. Almost. So, there you have it, folks. A crash course in US cryptocurrency regulations. We've covered the SEC, the CFTC, the IRS, AML, KYC, and even the Wild West of state laws. It's enough to make your head spin, but trust me, it's important stuff. The world of crypto is changing rapidly and the regulations are evolving just as quickly. So if you're planning on investing in this exciting new asset class, it's crucial to stay informed and stay compliant. And remember, dear viewers, this is just a starting point. There's a whole lot more to learn about crypto regulations, but hopefully this video has given you a solid foundation to build upon. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to go lie down and stare at a blank wall for a few hours while I try to process all of this information. Until next time, stay informed, stay compliant, and for the love of all that is holy, stay sane. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more updates on cryptocurrency and financial regulations.